Hello, YouTube. Today I have a call with a gentleman from Macedonia who, like many of you, is opening an online store, and he has many questions before he gets into his Shopify store and how to accept payments and use Stripe. So on this call, we're going to just go through, answer a bunch of his questions, and see if we can get some more information out there for you guys that's useful. So let's get to it.
Haven't done my taxes, I'm too turned up. Haven't done my taxes, I'm too turned
Hi,
up.
hello. It's James Baker. How are you doing?
Great. How about you?
I'm doing great. Where are you calling from today?
From Macedonia.
Macedonia. First person I've spoken to from Macedonia. Awesome.
Great.
So, no, thanks for calling in. I guess you've seen some of my videos before. Normally, how we do the calls, you can just tell me a little bit about what's going on with your business, and we can get into some of your questions.
Yes. So this is my story. I mean, I am planning to open a kind of a drop shipping business, like many others do, and I have some questions about the opening a business, a firm in the United States, because apparently that's the only way I can process payments, I believe.
Well, yeah, I mean, yes, that's what we're doing all day is opening. The LLC has many reasons and many purposes, and one of the main one is to facilitate banking and business operations on a global scale.
Yes. So now I know that I should open a single member LLC, right?
Probably. Yeah.
And so I wanted to ask you, in what state should I register my LLC?
So I'm sure if you're watching me on YouTube, you've been searching around for a while because I'm not that popular. So you know, all the sites talk about Delaware, Wyoming, New Mexico, Nevada, whichever,
Yes.
wherever. It doesn't really matter, to be honest with you. Delaware and Wyoming have the best privacy. Delaware is the best privacy if privacy is very important to you. If it's not important to you, there's cheaper states. But the truth is, they all work they all do the same thing. They're for a non-resident. They all work.
I did my research a little bit, and I am. It's weird that nobody talks about New Hampshire, because it seems that in New Hampshire there is no sales tax, there is no income tax, and there is no nexus. Did you know that?
Those are good points. I don't know if there's no income tax in New Hampshire. There's no.
Yeah, there is income tax, but there is tax on investment revenue. So I wanted to ask you, does the single member LLC, I mean, the profit, is that like a dividend?
No, so
to the owner?
So all of those things you mentioned, sales taxes that's based on where you're selling your stuff. So if you're selling all of your stuff to people in New Hampshire, it doesn't matter if you have a New Hampshire company or not. You're still not going to pay sales taxes. But if you have a New Hampshire company and you sell all your products to people in California, you still have to pay sales taxes in California. It doesn't matter that you have a New Hampshire company.
Okay.
And regarding the income taxes, the position with the LLC is that you're not doing any business in the United States, so none of your income is subject to U.S. taxation. So if your income's not subject to taxation, it doesn't matter if the state charges an income tax or not, because that's really not it's not subject to taxation. And the big income taxes are on the federal level, and no matter what state you choose, you still have to deal with the federal taxes, which are, again, we're taking the position that you're not subject to taxation. Your income's not U.S. source income.
So I'm not paying any taxes, you want to say, or?
Yes, if you're doing Amazon FBA and you have no office or employees or anything in the United States, you don't have to pay any taxes.
Okay. And what about the forms? The 2 forms that I have to submit?
Yes.
Does that is done by you, or if you represent me?
Yes, those are informational forms, but yes, those would be done. Those would be completed every year. You have to renew your company with whatever state you decide to open it in, and you have to file the returns to the IRS.
Okay. And I wanted to ask, what is it the internet online sales tax? It's the same with the economic nexus, like remote seller nexus?
There's there's nexus for everything. There's income tax nexus and there's sales tax nexus. There's a lot of, it's a really complicated subject and it's different for every state. And this is all state level concepts. The Internal Revenue Service, the federal level, is those are the effectively connected income is more or less the nexus rules, but the states have different thresholds. Some states have economic nexus thresholds for income taxes, which is if you're doing enough sales in the state, then you have to pay taxes. And most of the states that charge sales taxes have, that's the new thing, is that all the sales tax have economic nexus as well. So if you're planning to work with Amazon, the good thing is that Amazon will do most of the tax work for you. They'll do most of the tax withholding for you.
No, I'm planning to open my website, not
Shopify Store. Okay.
Yeah,
so generally you have to pay taxes on, you have to pay sales taxes when you sell over 200 items in a state or over $100,000 of sales in a state in any given year.
Yes,
however, each state has their own rules.
Yeah, for example, New Hampshire doesn't have economic nexus threshold.
Yes, but it's all about where you're selling the items. So even if you have your company in New Hampshire, you're not only selling products to people in New Hampshire. You're selling products to people all over the United States. So it's based on where you sell the products. So if you sell, 200 products in California, 200 in Florida, 200 in Mississippi, 200 in New York, you have to file sales tax returns in all of those states.
Oh, okay, I get it. So I have to collect taxes?
Yeah, every state has their own rules, and before you collect taxes, you have to register, get the number, and I'm sure there's a good plugin for Shopify that you can use to indicate it's all based on shipping address. So when they indicate their shipping address, it'll automatically charge sales taxes, and you need to have a little bit of systems in place before you get rolling on that.
Okay.
And yeah, that's kind of how it works. It's new. It's all very new. So I don't know how the states are imposing these laws or how they're working with this, but these are what the laws are. They're very new.
Okay. And so I wanted to ask, a registered agent, does that a dependent agent?
No, if you use a registered agent company, that's all they do.
And so they gave me, so I will be provided with a physical address, right?
Most registered agents don't receive mail for you.
And what about if I sign up for a virtual office? Does that seems like a dependent something? I don't know.
I mean, you can set up for a virtual mailbox if you have an office. As long as you don't have like a real office where you're actually doing business, then you should be fine. Like if you never come to the United States and you don't have any employees here, people who can sign contracts on your behalf, you should be okay.
Okay, and what if I have U.S. suppliers?
That's fine. They're doing their own business.
Yeah, okay. So, do I need a business license?
Maybe. I'm not sure what you're selling.
Okay. And
you're not conducting business in the state, so you probably don't need a business license. What are you planning to sell?
Well, I don't know. Maybe some lightning bulbs.
Light bulbs?
Yes.
Okay.
Maybe. And okay, so what do you think? Will I be verified by Stripe?
Can't tell you. I don't know. Some people have more issues, some have less. Some people need ITINs, some people don't. Stripe is inconsistent in the way they open accounts for people.
Yeah, because the thing is, I have a social security number.
Oh, good. So it should be a lot easier for you.
Okay, because I also have a bank account in America. in Massachusetts.
Okay.
So does that makes things easier?
Sure, of course. Having a social security number definitely makes it easier.
Okay. What should I ask? So will I need accounting for my LLC?
Sure, you should definitely do accounting.
Like something like QuickBooks?
Yeah, I definitely recommend doing accounting.
So before this threshold that you mentioned, the economic nexus, if I don't pay taxes and I somehow transfer my money to, let's say, Pioneer card or maybe TransferWise debit card, then who am I paying taxes to?
Macedonia?
Macedonia will not know about my business because I'm not transferring it to a Macedonian bank account, the money.
Okay, then you're not paying taxes. If you're not going to pay tax in Macedonia, then you won't pay any taxes.
Before I meet the threshold, right?
What threshold?
I mean the economic nexus threshold.
For sales taxes?
Yes.
Yeah, but sales taxes aren't something you pay. It's something you collect and remit. You collect sales tax from your clients, your customers, and then you send it to the states. So it's not really an expense for you if you do it right.
Okay. So how about dissolving my LLC if things don't turn right? I mean, if things don't go well, if I want to dissolve it.
You can dissolve it.
And how?
Well, it depends what state you registered in. Each state will have instructions on how you can dissolve an LLC with their state.
Okay. So what services are you offering?
We do everything for you. If you need something, we get it done. I mean, primarily, the core service is that we open the LLC for you. You can use our address for mailing, and we get the tax ID of the LLC for you. We help out with opening bank accounts for it, and we have like different videos and different online accounts we can use that we're members of different programs where we can offer digital accounts. And we have videos, instructions on how to open merchant accounts and different support like that. And I also will share my contact information in case you have more questions. I can answer all your questions. If you need a resale certificate, we can get those for you. It's basically whatever you need. We get it done. It's in one flat fee.
Okay, great. So the address you provided will be a physical address?
Yes, so we just use our address.
Well, okay then. Then I think that's all. I mean, the most important thing for me was the taxes, and I don't want to pay any. I don't want to pay any penalty. I don't want to do something wrong.
Yeah, it's
With you,
important
I
to
think.
file your returns your information reports every year after you open the LLC.
Yeah, and I was reading that when you file those documents like the Form 54, or I don't know what was it. I mean, you need to provide some things like related parties, reportable transactions,
Yes.
right? So there was one thing like opening the LLC, because obviously they will see from the bank account that I will open, that will be for the business purposes.
Yeah.
And now how will they know? Because obviously I will pay from my debit card to open the LLC. If they ask, how did you open it? Where is that transaction?
I don't know how they'll know, but basically every single LLC would have to file, every single member LLC would have to file this form because everyone has to be paid to be open. So it's basically every LLC is required to file this form because you have to pay the state to open the LLC and someone has to pay for it. So I don't know. Maybe the IRS will. I don't know. This law is very new, and I haven't seen it I haven't seen it enforced yet. But maybe they go after every single member LLC, every single foreign-owned single member LLC, and contact them and ask why they didn't file their first year return and just assess penalties. I don't know. I have no idea.
Okay.
So you're gonna do it?
Well, so
You're gonna open an LLC? You gotta open your. Are you gonna open your Shopify store, your LLC, and start selling stuff?
well, I'm planning to, yes.
Okay, awesome. I think you came
I'm
through
just
with you came through with all the questions, and we got through them really quick. All of the basic questions, and I think you have all the info you need. You ready to get started?
okay then. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Do you have any? If you let me know if you have any other questions, or you need help opening the
Oh,
LLCs or other services, and you can email me.
how can I? Oh, I can email you. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Have a good one. Okay, I think that call was great. I think that we were able to answer all of his questions, and he's pretty confident going forward. Now he just needs to decide how he wants to proceed and what state he wants to use and how to go forward. So if you thought this video was helpful and you liked it and you want to see more videos, please put the thumbs up down below, and be sure to subscribe to the channel. It really helps me get more content up there and do more stuff for you guys. And let me know if you have any questions in the comments, if you don't agree with anything, or if you want to have a call with me and do the same thing. In the description below also should be the links to do that yourself. So I look forward to speaking to more of you. I really enjoy doing these calls, and I wish you the best. Have a great day. Thanks for watching.